Right, so we have more information about the upcoming AirPods Pro 2, right from the release date to possible design changes or the lack thereof, and colours, because yes, we want colours on the AirPods, and they might happen this year. And so without further ado, let's just delve into this, so make sure to like and subscribe, click that bell notification for the latest Apple news and rumours, and with that being said, let's just tuck in. So the first report comes from Digitimes, who has an accuracy of 65% on Apple Track, which means they are pretty middling in terms of reliability. And basically delving into the reports, they mention AirPods Pro 2 should be ready for release within the first half of 2021. So from now up until June 30th, some random day, Apple will drop these new AirPods. Now, of course, a very sensible question after all of this would be, how? How do they know? How can they just make a wild prediction like this? Well, they do have connections with the supply chain, and apparently Winbond, who will be supplying chips for these next AirPods, they claim that within 6 months, their production lines will be at full capacity. So basically, that means they'll be making tons and tons and tons and tons of AirPods by the end of June. And so yes, by then, these AirPods should be out. Now, of course, in terms of the release date, I do think it makes sense for Apple to release these within the first half of 2021, because of course we have heard numerous reports about Apple giving us AirPods 3 within the first half of 2021. In fact, Min-Chi Kuo said expect them in April, so I can see Apple dropping both of these together, AirPods 3 and AirPods Pro 2. And of course, in the past, we've seen Apple do plenty of site refreshes for AirPod launches, and so it makes sense these don't get any event time. These will be randomly dropped on the site one day. It just makes complete sense. Now, in terms of other details regarding AirPods Pro 2 from this report, we have nothing. In fact, they just mention this release date, and I say release date in quotations because it's not a precise date, it's just a collection of months. So let's now move on to some other reports about these future AirPods. And up first is Maca They have an accuracy of 68%, so yeah, they still fall into the middling category alongside Digitimes, but they've told us that we could expect some small design changes with AirPods Pro 2. So first of all, they actually give us a precise date as to when AirPods Pro 2 could launch. They say it's going to be coming out in April 2021, which would correlate with Min-Chi Kuo's report about AirPods 3 also launching in April. But specifically, they mentioned some dimensions about the AirPods Pro charging case that might be of interest to some. So apparently the case will stay at the same 21mm in terms of thickness, but it's going to be slightly less in terms of height and width at 45.2mm and 60.6mm respectively. So essentially it's going to be ever so slightly more compact, and that is quite interesting actually. So if we cast our minds back to reports from Mark Gurman, who is of course a very reliable leaker, he told us that Apple is planning to remove the stem entirely with AirPods Pro 2. Now of course, if Apple can achieve this, they can make that case way smaller, but it is mentioned in that report by Mark Gurman that maybe the final design will be less ambitious. And basically what he means by less ambitious is that it will largely stay the same in terms of design, and that's pretty much what's echoed in this report by Maca and the fact the case will largely stay the same in terms of size. Now actually, I made a prediction in a previous video about AirPods Pro 2, which you can check out in the icon above, but essentially that prediction was that Apple makes the stems slightly smaller, but it won't be a huge difference, and that would pretty much explain why this case is ever so slightly smaller. It's going to have a slightly smaller stem, but don't expect any drastic design changes if this report is true. Now, I believe Jon Prosser told us that AirPods 3 and AirPods Pro 2 are still very early in terms of development, and Apple's still trying to tweak the design and make them more compact overall. So if Apple really is determined to make these as small as possible, then maybe Maca is wrong. but I do think the final design won't be as drastically smaller because, of course, giving us all those features in a way smaller body in those tiny earbuds, I don't think it's possible. I don't know. I might be wrong about that. Maybe Apple has improved in terms of making their system in packages more compact, but I do doubt that. I think that is not happening. So yes, for the most part, expect design to be largely the same on AirPods Pro 2. At least that's what I think. But yet again, much like the Digitimes report, this report also pretty much mentions nothing else. It's just the case is slightly smaller, and that's it. And why would they take the time to make this report? Why couldn't they just add a few details like maybe better battery life or better sound, those things that we value? Instead, they give us some information about the case being like 2 millimeters shorter. It doesn't make sense, but anyways, that's how the Apple leaking world works, I guess. But not to worry, because we have more reports suggesting colors are coming to AirPods Pro 2. So Mr. White is back again with another leak, this time showcasing yet again some black AirPods, but this time the actual case itself. So I do want to say that yet again Mr. White isn't the most credible source out there. He's got an accuracy of 50%, so yeah, he's pretty much guessing for the most part, but he does claim in this image that black AirPods are coming, and maybe that means we'll see more colors very, very soon. Now, as I said, this isn't the first time that Mr. White has showed us alleged evidence of this, because he showed us some smaller system in packages used for allegedly the AirPods 3 and the AirPods Pro 2, and those also came in black. And so now with this leak too, it seems like it could happen. And guys, you know this is a semi-legit leak because he's tried to mask the hands in the image, which I find a little odd because honestly, can a company track you by looking at the hand in the image? Is that even possible? I don't know, but tell me in the comments below, is there technology for that? The only issue I have with this leak, if it is of course legit, is the fact it seems the case will remain glossy, and I'm not a big fan of glossy black because of course we saw that with the iPhone 7 Jet Black Edition, and A, that scratched super easily, but B, it was an absolute fingerprint magnet, and so I don't think I'll be happy if we get the colors but we keep the glossiness. Please bring matte black, please give us matte colors overall. That would be amazing, but maybe I'm pushing my luck. It seems like wishful thinking at this point, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Now, I believe Jon Prosser, who is a more reliable Apple leaker, told us that of course he doesn't explicitly say in the caption that these are AirPods Pro 2, he simply says black AirPods really exists, and so of course that could mean that maybe that previous prototypes of AirPods Pro or AirPods 2 were in black and Apple scrapped it last minute. That is a possibility, but the fact he's showed us two semi-reliable leaks showcasing some sort of black version of AirPods leads me to believe that we could see new colors on the upcoming variants. And to add to this, we of course saw colors on the AirPods Max. We have 5 beautiful striking colors, and so if Apple could at least bring those over to the AirPods and AirPods Pro lineup, I'll be very, very happy because I've had enough of the glossy white look. I know it's iconic with the brand, but honestly, just give us colors, Apple. I will pay extra for some nice colors. So yes, Timothy, that is a nice opportunity to make some big, big cash. Right, enough of the waffling from myself. Tell me in the comments below, which color would you like to see debut in a future pair of AirPods? Obviously, me being part of Team Product Red, I need some Product Red AirPods to match my iPhone. That would be beautiful. But yeah, on that note, I'll end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click that bell notification for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out a video here in the icon above about the Apple Watch Series 7 and some big upgrades coming very, very soon. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.